Welcome to Stark Raving Social, the podcast for marketing and communications professionals who want to stay ahead in a world that won't stop changing. Your host is Sherry Lynn Starkey, social media strategist, industry pioneer, and trusted advisor to brands navigating the digital landscape. With decades of experience in marketing, PR, and social media, she's here to bring you the insights, strategies, and conversations you need to stay ahead of the curve. From shifting algorithms to AI-driven content, from crisis comms to culture shifts, if it's shaping the future of our industry, you'll hear about it here. This is Stark Raving Social.
Hey there, welcome to Stark Raving Social, the podcast for marketing and communications professionals who want to stay ahead in a world that won't stop changing. I'm your host, Sherry Lynn Starkey. If you've noticed that your Instagram profile grid looks a little different lately, you're not imagining things. Instagram has quietly rolled out a new vertical grid format, shifting away from the classic square thumbnails we've all been used to. And let me tell you, this change has thrown some carefully curated profiles into complete chaos. I've had several clients reach out, panicking about what to do. So, if you're wondering how to keep your Instagram profile looking polished and professional in this new layout, stick around, because I've got some solid advice to help you adapt and make the most of these changes. Alright, first, let's break down what's actually happening here. Instead of those familiar square thumbnails that kept everything looking nice and uniform, Instagram's new grid favors vertical images and videos. It makes sense, most people are posting vertical content anyway, but for those of us who have spent years fine-tuning a visually cohesive profile, yeah, it's a bit of a shake-up. Now, before you go into full-on panic mode, let's talk strategy. Here's how you can keep your Instagram profile looking great, even with the new grid format. The first thing to do is take a good, hard look at your profile. Scroll through your feed and pay close attention to the top rows, because that's what new visitors see first. If anything looks out of place or disrupts your overall aesthetic, consider archiving it. That way, you can clean up your grid without losing engagement metrics. If you've got posts that no longer fit your brand, it might be time to remove them altogether. Next, check your video thumbnails. If your old previews don't look great in the new vertical grid, update them. A consistent, polished look goes a long way. And if you want to keep important content front and center, use your story highlights. They give you more control over what visitors see first. Now, moving forward, it's time to post with more intention. Vertical photos and videos naturally fit better in this new layout, but if you love the classic square look, you can use borders or frames to maintain consistency. If your brand has a color palette or theme, lean into it even more to create a visually appealing feed that still feels like you. Another great way to keep your grid looking fresh is to revisit older content that performed well. Refresh the thumbnail, tweak the format if needed, and repost it. Your audience will appreciate seeing valuable content again, and it's an easy way to keep engagement high without constantly creating new material. And let's talk about the biggest game changer. Instagram has officially rolled out new tools to help you manage your grid better. Now, you can customize post previews with the Adjust Preview feature. Just tap and hold a thumbnail, select Adjust Preview, and reposition the image to fit the new format. You can even add black or white backgrounds to enhance the look. Instagram has also introduced grid reordering, meaning you can rearrange the posts on your profile for a more curated aesthetic. No more stressing over that one post that doesn't quite fit. You can now move things around as needed. And then there's direct grid posting. This allows you to post directly to your profile grid without the content appearing in your followers' feeds. If you want to update your aesthetic without flooding your audience's timeline, this is a great option. With all these changes, Instagram's updated grid now displays images in a 3:4 ratio, specifically 1013 by 1350 pixels. That means a shift away from the traditional square format, and if you want your posts to look their best, keeping these new dimensions in mind will help. Social media is always evolving. What works today might change tomorrow, and that's just part of the game. The key is to stay flexible and adaptable. The new Instagram grid layout might feel like a headache now, but with a few adjustments, it can actually work in your favor. So, take a deep breath, clean up your grid, update your thumbnails, and post with intention. And most importantly, keep an eye on new features and updates so you can stay ahead of the curve. That's it for today's show. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe for more social media insights, and feel free to reach out if you have any burning questions. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time. I'm Sherry Lynn Starkey, and this is Stark Raving Social.
That's a wrap on this episode of Stark Raving Social. Thanks for tuning in. If you got value from today's show, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you know a fellow marketing or communications pro who could use these insights, Share this show and help them stay ahead in a world that won't stop changing. Until next time, keep learning, keep adapting, and keep making an impact.